Well, hello, my friends at the Spoken Word Christian Church. Pastor Bob coming back at you after a long hiatus since the last video that I put out. I apologize for that, but I simply ran out of hours in the day to be able to put one together. I mean, I got very, very busy at church. We added on the Wednesday night men's group and also the Thursday night ladies group, and that has taken quite a bit of my time, as well as some other things that I had to tend to within the church. So I apologize. It has been a little while since I've been able to come to you with a video, and I'm excited to be able to do so this week, especially in light of the week that it is. Of course, you all know that we are celebrating Beach Chair Sunday this week. I say it every year, but this is our Feast of Tabernacles as a church. The Feast of Tabernacles, that's of course the celebration that the Jews would celebrate, that God said, hey, I want you to celebrate this every single year, commemorating me bringing you out of Egypt, and I want you to build these huts, and I want you to live in these huts for a week, and you're just going to throw a big party celebrating my deliverance for you. Well, we don't build huts, but what we do is we move the chairs out, and we bring in our beach chairs, because that's how we began. We began in that empty lease space, just a handful of us with beach chairs in our Bibles. And so we move those chairs out and we bring the beach chairs in, and we celebrate what God has done for us. And Beach Chair Sunday, I think, is a very, very important day for us. It's much more than just a birthday celebration for us as a church, I believe. You know, as human beings, we get so tied up in the here and the now. We're always busy running around, trying to take care of whatever the world is throwing at us in that given moment. And maybe sometimes we look forward and we try and plan for the future. We're worried about what's going to happen tomorrow or next week. But what we don't do real well is we don't look backwards. And I tell you, that is where, honestly, where we can see God the most a lot of times, is when we look backwards in our lives. You know, in the moment, when things are going on and things are happening, sometimes it's really hard to see God in those moments. But it's after, when we look back, we're able to say, oh my, God was right there with us. He was right there. He did things I wasn't even aware that he was doing. So Beach Chair Sunday is that moment where we get to look backwards. We get to see where we were. We get to remember the things that he's done for us and through us. And we get to see where we're at today now because of him. And boy, I'll tell you, it's incredible. That's really what our testimonies are, aren't they? They're a bunch of life's experiences that God has used to bring us closer to him and into salvation with him. This is what we share with other people, who we were before Jesus and who we've become after Jesus because of his love and his grace in our lives. And that's what we celebrate on Beach Chair Sunday. And I think it's important. Part of the reason why I wanted to send this video out this week is the books of the Bible that we landed on when I last sent out a video were 1st and 2nd Chronicles, or at least they were the books that I was supposed to teach on, that I've been delinquent in getting this video out to you. But what's great about 1st and 2nd Chronicles is that's basically what it was for the Israeli people, for the Jewish people. It was a walk back in time. It was an opportunity for them to stop and to remember the incredible things that God had done for them. Right? 1st Chronicles, really, for the most part, discusses genealogies and talks about King David's reign as king and how God moved through King David. 2nd Chronicles moves on to King Solomon and talks about Solomon's reign. And it's as if though God said, listen, my children, I never want you to forget what I've done for you and how this nation was formed and the mighty things that I've done through you. I want you to stop, and I want you to take a trip through time backwards, and I want you to see my mighty power and how it delivered you. That's what he wants for us as well, right? He wants us to remember his mighty deeds in our lives. He wants us to remember our own testimonies, because at the end of the day, what he wanted for the Israelite people was to be a light to the world. He wanted to declare his power to the entire world. And so they had to remember it. He wanted them to share these stories with their children and their children's children, and ultimately one day with us through the Bible. He wants us to be able to do the same thing. He wants us to be able to sit down when somebody asks us for the hope that we have, the reason for the hope that we have in Jesus. He wants us to be able to sit down with those people and to say, let me tell you what God has done for me. So we look back and we remember and we celebrate and we rejoice in God's deliverance. That's what 1st and 2nd Chronicles really is all about. That's what Beach Chair Sunday is all about. And that's what your testimonies are all about. So spend some time. Here's your homework for the video today. Spend some time in prayer, praising God for the wonderful things that he's done in your life, remembering these stories and these moments in your life where he moved on you. Remember those. And then one day when somebody comes to you and asks you that question, hey, give me the reason for the hope that you profess, you will have an answer for that. Hey, listen, may God bless you all. I look forward to seeing you all this weekend for Beach Chair Sunday. Bring something to eat, bring an appetite, not only to fill your stomach, but bring an appetite for the Word of God. I'm going to have a message specially prepared for you for this weekend. We're going to jump out of Nehemiah just for a week. And if, by the way, if between now and then you need me for anything, please give me a call, look me up. I'd love to be there for you. And by the way, we now have 5 Bible studies, 4 men's groups, 1 women's group. There is no reason, or very little reason, very few reasons why you should not be able to attend one. Please make it a point to do so. I would love to see you and enjoy that kind of fellowship with you. May God bless you all and keep you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.